could import pandas with as import pandas as PD. So remember we imported pandas numpy as NP. Pandas is just like a convention people use generally. Import pandas as PD. You could also get the version of pandas you're using. Yeah, because from time to time it gets updated and you can easily update that. So with pandas, you have two types of data with pandas. We have Pandas Series and Pandas DataFrame. Series is similar to where you have what you have as your NumPy one-dimensional array. So remember we have NumPy as this. I can decide to convert this NumPy array, like where I have it as series, to Pandas series, like where I have it as NumPy array to a series. So it's more like one column. So for example, you have your, let's say, Excel spreadsheet where you have multiple columns. So your Pandas series is just like working with a column in that. So that's what you just, when it comes to my series, just you're working with one column. So if I do Pandas, so if I want to convert this to data frame to series, I do PD dot series, then make it A. So this has changed to a Pandas data type. So if I do, let's commit, so let's make it a variable. Yeah. We do this equals to this. So if I print type, this is NumPy. If I do type A underscore, this is a data series, Pandas series. So I've converted my NumPy. So you can convert NumPy to your series. We'll talk about Pandas data frame. So data frame is when you're working with more, so it's more like working with your two-dimensional array with your NumPy. So Pandas, we have Pandas series and Pandas data frame. Yeah. So to get your, so if remember we converted our NumPy array, one-dimensional array to series, we can convert our two-dimensional array to data frame. So you see, if I say this is B, for example, I can say, let's say B underscore will be equals to PD dot data frame. Before we do series, now is data frame. Series when you are dealing with one column, remember, and data frame is when you are dealing with multiple columns. I can do this B, and I say now print B underscore. So remember we have, so what does this do? So with Pandas data frame, there is a, for example, I want to change the column. So now you just pick it as the index. Remember we did indexing. So this first row is 0, second row is 1, this is 2. So back to our pandas. So I just thought to mention that, that skipped my mind. So like I said, with your pandas, you can get working. So this is more like a table. You have your rows, you have your columns. So in specifying your pandas data frame, you could do something called columns. So before we do that, let's do Shift P. So see, if you read the documentation, just do your Shift and Tab. So inside, when you specify any of those methods, just put your Shift and Tab. You'll see all the things that you can put in them, right? So you could put your data, so the data you want to pick out, what your, if you want to change the index, the name of your index or the name of your column, and the data type you want to specify. So you could just read through to understand what all this is doing. So for anything you want to do, any new methods you want to carry out, you just see all the things that you can do with that. Just go through it. But what I want to mention is columns. For example, I want to change the name of my columns. So say columns is equals to, let's make it, let's call it first, second, third, fourth. So now you see that the name of the columns have changed from what it was 0 to. So these are some of those arguments you can put inside your methods to get different things.